and I were prepping to do these conversations, we talked about artificial sweeteners, and I was shocked to hear that you actually are, I wouldn't call it a fan of artificial sweeteners, but you certainly are supportive of using them.
Absolutely.
And with all the talk, with all the chemicals, with all the dangers of artificial sweeteners, explain that, please.
Well, let's just say that the danger is coming down with cardiovascular disease. Most of us in this country will die of a heart attack or a stroke, men and women, hands down. It beats cancer deaths, accidents, you name it. So what I don't like is the added sugar, which is the new ingredient that made the blacklist of the American Heart Association foods not to eat. Okay, so if people that love sweet, which is most of us, can avoid eating added sugar by using a artificial sweetener or a sugar substitute with no calories and walk away with okay because they got their sweetness in, yet they didn't get the calories and all the negative side effects of the added sugar, then I'm fine with that.
So your view is that the cardiovascular disease and the risk of it is going to kill them before any of the other impacts of any of the chemical implications, be it cancer, be it brain health, be it any of the other.
Right, and actually what are the chemicals that scare everyone? Basically, you know, some of the newer ones are simply made from plants. You know, Stevia is a plant leaf. Splenda or sucralose is actually a sugar molecule, which is from plants, cane sugar. And what they've done is they've attached a chlorine atom to the sugar molecule, so it tastes like sugar, some commercial, but it's not digested because that chlorine addition prevents absorption. So what's wrong with that? I don't understand where all this fear is coming in.
There would be those that would argue whether or not ingesting of chlorine is a good thing. The sugar alcohols lead to gastric distress.
Gastric distress, but where are you reading, whereas we read every day of so-and-so just died of a heart attack, where are you reading that someone died of chlorine poisoning from Splenda? That's not our problem. I look at the big picture in life and to promote a long and healthy life for Americans, and that problem is obesity and heart disease.
So let me ask you a different question about this, because I think that I have also read, and we've reported on, that these artificial sweeteners don't necessarily satisfy the sugar receptors. So while they might taste sweet, it doesn't necessarily keep people from limiting their calories. And there were studies on saccharin where they still didn't reduce what they ate and they still gained weight even though they were using saccharin, which is one of the artificial sweeteners.
But the studies are very controversial, and with certain artificial sweeteners that has not been shown to be true, that it does not trigger more of a sweet tooth. And actually there have been studies that have shown that switching from drinking regular soda to zero-calorie soda produces weight loss, which is the ultimate goal. So again, that research is not 100%. In my book, it's flawed. So I like people to cut out the added sugar. That's where the problem is. And if artificial sweeteners can help them to do that, then it's wonderful.
And then ultimately, no sugar at all. I always say I drink water.
Well, water, of course.
We can drink water, right?
Yes.
So I will agree to disagree, but you are the expert, Janet Bond Brill, so I will respect that and truly understand that the ultimate goal in your mind and your priority is heart disease. And since it's the #1 killer of men and women throughout this country, that really is a major
and obesity,
priority.
Of course, which leads to
heart disease, right, exactly.
And diabetes. So whatever we can do to help prevent those diseases is good.
All right. Little bit of artificial sweetener. My
little
view,
bit.
None at all, go to water.
Go to water, or if you have to have sugar, a little bit is fine, but not the ridiculous amount of added sugar that Americans are eating.
1000% agree.
Okay, good.
All right. Thanks, Janet. If you like what you saw today, come to bottomlineinc.com and see even more videos with Dr. Janet Bond Brill. And do me a favor, share it, tell your friends about it, because this is such important information. Cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer of men and women. We want the word out and we want people healthy.